living in a toxic friendship is like taking a bullet to your head. Now, if Joe had paid attention to the signs along the way, he could have removed that bullet and had a much fuller life. And it's the same thing with toxic friendships. If you know the signs along the way, you can intervene earlier and not have to suffer from the results of being in a bad relationship. And how do I know this? Well, because I goofed. I was in a crazy relationship, and relationships are so important to us. Friendships are so important. We'll do anything to keep them.
What's going on, my aliens? It's your girl Ivy Allure, aka Vibes with Ivy, and we're here to actually discuss something on a more serious note. Now, we all live day to day, and there's things that happen in this world all the time. Things that we have to pay more caution to, even when it comes down to the very people we might call friends. Those might be the same ones we have to look over our shoulder at. Let's take a dive into some of these stories.
In Memphis and then vanished.
Unheard of. Memphis police say 21-year-old Tamia Taylor was last seen getting on that riverboat with friends late Saturday night. Taylor's family tells Fox 13's Carolyn Serta they're holding on to hope that she'll make it home safely.
Dozens of family and friends of Tamia Taylor lining the banks of the Mississippi this morning, hoping to find some sign of the 21-year-old who they say mysteriously disappeared this weekend.
We're hurting. We love her. We care about her. They love me. They're here to support me, to be my backbone, because this is a very painful situation. This is very painful.
Heartache Monday morning for Deborah Taylor as she searched for her missing daughter, Tamia, a Covington High School graduate with 2 young children.
She has a 3-year-old son and a 1-year-old daughter, and they love her.
Taylor says Tamia came to Memphis Saturday night with 3 friends to go to Beale Street and to ride on a riverboat. The group was celebrating Tamia's 21st birthday.
What was supposed to be her happy day is my sad day.
Taylor says her daughter got on the riverboat around 11:30 Saturday night, but from that moment, it's a mystery.
I said, "What do you mean you don't know?" She said, "We don't know. We've lost her." How do you lose somebody that you came with? She then gave me the story. We were on the boat. We were getting off of the boat. Tamia said she had to go to the bathroom. She put her phone down to go back up to the 2nd floor to use the bathroom. We picked up her phone. We went to the door to stand and wait on her, and then we left.
Taylor says Memphis police have searched the riverboats and the river, but with no signs of Tamia, family and friends hit the banks Monday to look themselves.
She got family, she got friends that's out here that gather, and we're all sad. We want answers as to what happened, what went on. Nothing about this whole scenario of that night adds up.
The family fearing the worst, but holding on to hope someone can lead them to Tamia.
You got to have hope. Don't never lose hope. Anybody know anything, hear anything, please just give us whatever information you may think is not important. It may be more important than you think.
In Memphis, Carolyn Serta.
Now, this is one of the saddest cases. The fact that she was only 21 years old, it reminded me a lot of Kenneka in her case. How she attended a hotel party with her friends, and unfortunately, her fate came at the end of that night. One thing I will not ever understand is how you go somewhere with your friends and don't leave there with your friends. If we go anywhere together, I expect my friends to have my back. I expect them to watch over me. I expect them to hold my hair if I'm throwing up. Unfortunately, though, Kenneka didn't have those kind of friends around her. But this is the settlement that it reached.
A 19-year-old woman who died of hypothermia inside a hotel freezer has reached a settlement agreement. You may recall Kenneka Jenkins was found dead inside a walk-in freezer at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Rosemont back in 2017. Jenkins went missing during a party early in the morning of September 9th. She wasn't found until the following day. The Cook County Medical Examiner ruled her death an accident from hypothermia. Her family sued the hotel for $50 million for negligence, saying they failed to conduct a proper search. Details of the settlement.
So even though there has been a settlement that has been reached, I still get goosebumps when I see these photos. To see someone so helpless in a time of need, when they were with their friends, it disheartens me. It really brought up the case for me with Shanquilla, because she was with friends that, well, at least people that she thought were her friends. She set out on a trip to have a good old time with them, and unfortunately, these people had other plans. Unfortunately, it seems to me that there was some hidden jealousy and some hidden envy when it came to this woman, because she didn't deserve that. Quite frankly, no one deserves that. Nobody in this world deserves to go out like that. And it's despicable to me that people were really sitting around and letting that go on. What kind of person would even sit and watch something like that? You can't have a soul. You can't really have a heart to sit back and watch somebody beat on somebody to that point. It's disgusting. It's despicable. And it's the most heartbreaking thing again for me, because it's like this woman, this innocent woman, trusted these people, you know? Never even knowing that they would ever turn around and do something so horrible to her, because they envied that she was doing stuff and she was glowing. Don't get me wrong now. People will be around you for clout, and people will be around you secretly envying the hell out of you, wanting to be you, wanting to have what you have, and will only really stick around you because it's a good look, but inside they don't like you. And cases like this happen, and it just opens my eyes and it shines light to the fact that even your own friends, even family, even anybody, you have to always have caution, unfortunately, because this world we live in is a sad world. It's done got to the point where women have gathered together online to speak about this matter, to really shine more light on the fact that sometimes it's really not the safest idea, even a girl trip.
Friends you are not meant to travel with. Somebody can be a really great friend, and if there's two things that you are not aligned on as friends, it can make traveling together horrific. The first thing that's super obvious is budget. It is very realistic at this day and age that you might have friends that you are not in the same tax bracket as. And I know if you're a good friend, you want to include them on everything, every trip, even the ones that you know they probably can't afford, even the ones that they know that they can't afford. It can be hard for people to have those discussions, especially at this day and age when y'all are ready to throw away friendships if someone misses your birthday dinner. The second thing is communication. I'm one of the people that if I go on a trip with you, no, I'm not your mother. I'm not responsible for you. However, we came together, so I expect that we leave together. If something happens to you, I won't be able to sleep at night. I traveled with the same exact group of women for 7 years, and we don't have these kind of problems because we understand.
Tell y'all how the Jamaica girls trip went wrong, and I'm finna have some receipts for y'all too. So our friend told us that she wanted to go to Jamaica for her birthday back in February, right? It was 4 of us total, and we all said that we was on board. Mind you, this was back in February. So the first thing that pops off really that kind of gave us bad vibes was when we started talking about booking our plane tickets. And I'm about to insert some text right here. So y'all can pause that and see, but if you look in the messages, she asked us if May 3rd would be a good day for all of us to book, and we all agreed. Even though old girl said she was flying Frontier, but as my friend said, okay, when it's time to book, we can match time. Now this screenshot is from 5 days later, where she's telling us, I just booked my flight. And my friend, the birthday girl, what happened to coordinating times? Y'all see the messages, y'all can pause it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give a little. And that right there was the first real red flag for us, because you already knew that you were booking with a different airline. Now you'd already booked before all of us, before we could get together to coordinate the time. Fast forward to when we get off the flight, and she knew prior to us arriving that she was going to have to wait for us to get off the flight because we couldn't match times, unfortunately. So she's calling us inconsiderate for making her wait, even though she went ahead and did her own thing. And yeah, y'all can go watch Ananda's story time for that tea, because I'm about to tell my own. We pull up to the resort, and she's acting as if she wasn't just cussing at my friend before we pulled up about a security deposit, even though she was supposed to wait for us to pull up before she decided to do anything. So outside of her just being annoying on the first day, like, my problems with her did not really start until the second day when we went to check. We were doing a series of activities. We went ATV riding, we went horseback riding on land and in water. My horse just was not cooperating with me at all, and she made comments talking about, oh, I'm not scared, y'all are scared, and I'm just like, congratulations.
She also has a part 2 about her whole experience, but Even Girls Done did this, and I thought it was pretty cute.
My name is Melly, and my rule for the trip is the first person that says they're tired gotta take a shot, period.
Hey y'all, I'm Noah, and my rule for the trip is if anybody ever asks to take a nap, then they have to take a shot.
I'm Shirai, and my rule for the trip is if you see anybody, and I mean anybody, that you find attractive, you have to go up and say something to them.
Hey, my name is Lindsay, and my rule is the first person that talks about anything school, work, non-vacation related has to take 2 shots.
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Mel. My rule for the trip is last person to get ready gotta take a shot.
Hey guys, my name's Hannah, and my rule for the trip is whoever says they're too tired to take.
It's really nice to see women get together and make nice tips to make sure that a girl's trip runs smoothly. But I looked up this study of how friends' involvement in crime affects the risk of offending and victimization. I just wanted to see exactly what is it that comes to a dynamic of friendships and friends that would ever lead to anything this devastating. There's no case or no study where I feel like I would get the right information to really lead me to any justification for these kind of matters, because there's no reason in the world that anyone should think that they can take anyone's life. And that's what I believe in. You have no right to take anybody's life. I don't care what you feel and what you think. That's not your right. It's not your position. And there will be karma, and there will be a lot to come after that when you decide to do anything that horrible. It just really showed me, though, reading this study, that it's a lot of influence around us, even in these days, with what we watch, with what we see, with what we just, absorb. And it's a scary thing, too. Because the people around you that you really feel like you can trust the most sometimes may not be the most trustworthy. Because whoever they may be around, that may be influencing them. And sad to say, not everybody got their own mind. And it's easy to influence people. And that's the most scariest thing of it all. People will sit around and watch and keep a secret because their friends told them to. And that's what brings me to our case with Skyler Reese. On July 6, 2012, she disappeared from her home in Star City around midnight, never to be seen again. Her parents knew there was something not right about it, though, because they said she left the window open, left her phone, left some of her stuff, so it looked like she was coming back. But she wasn't there that morning. So as time is going by, this girl is missing. No one knows where she is. Her parents are, of course, frantic, can't sleep, don't know where their daughter is. And the 2 friends that, you seen earlier in a picture with her were actually helping the parents put up missing signs and trying to help search for Skyler. Only for 6 months after her disappearance, the friend Rachel actually admits to what actually happened to her. They talked her into leaving that night, knowing that they had just a horrendous plan up their sleeves. And this is what I mean by the evil world we live in. The world we live in is so evil because how do you make a plan knowing this girl didn't have no clue, trust you, thinks that y'all are cool, y'all are best friends, and you turn around, make a plan to end her life in the most painful way at that. Most painful. That's one thing I would never wish on anybody, is to go out painfully. I wouldn't wish that on myself, never mind another person. It takes a certain type of evil, in my opinion, to do the crimes that I have shared with you today. And I know it might be sensitive for some, so I really apologize. You know, I really wanted to make something a little more serious because these crimes, and they need light shined on them. And this one in particular is very old, but that only proves that these crimes can withstand the test of time. There will always be a situation, unfortunately, where you may become friends with the person that doesn't have the best intentions for you. And so nobody makes that decision on purpose. But just know in this world, because of all the chaos that actually resides in it, safety is key. And be wary of people that are envious of you. It's in movies where we see Ben Stiller be jealous of his own friend because of his success. We see it in series. It's being highlighted that envy is something that is very real. And people sometimes that you love will stab you in your back and you won't even realize it until it's too late. You'll feel it though. So while we are trying to be the most safe in this world, that may not be the most safe for us. Don't ever feel like it's ever too much to do the most when it comes to your safety. Remember to surround yourself with people that are like-minded and positive. People that want nothing but the purest attentions for you. The best for you. Don't ever sleep on that. Condolences to these women, to their families. I give prayers to them that they have strength to go through something so tough like this. But until next time, see ya.